What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I have another friendly head-to-head match today within Home Tee here on the Backyard Simulator here. Today we are doing match number 2, it is now, against Punch Greens Golf. We are doing, basically in tribute to the recent match that was just played between Tiger, Rory, Spieth, and Justin Thomas and all them at Bel Air, Florida. We figured we would do the same course, which is the Pelican Golf Club, and again, Bel Air, Florida. That was pretty cool. I saw the highlights. I wasn't able to catch that live, but I saw all the highlights, and it was a pretty interesting match to see them go through their shots. I'm a big fan of watching those matches. I think I've watched all the other ones besides that one. I got to see if eventually I can get the full video of it. But match number 2 here. Figured I promised Punch Greens we'd do another one quick because the video that's out now that you guys saw at Newport National, unfortunately the cold weather out here corrupted the main audio file, so I had to use the backup audio, which wasn't great. But today, hopefully, tech issues are solved. Should be back to normal. The only thing is I don't love the mats a little bit higher than it has been in the past, only because, as you can see, it rained the past few days. Still pretty darn cold out here. It's in the 30s again, but the snow went away, but the ground, all this mulch is frozen, so I'm not able to sink the mat as far into the ground, so hopefully that doesn't play too much of a factor. But besides that, that's the only real issue we have going into this. But I think there's 4 tee box options here. I'm playing the furthest back like always, which is the championship, and I believe Matt over at Punch Greens played the whites, which is 2 tee boxes forward. So I'm thinking between our skill levels, that should be a pretty even match. He already played it. He didn't tell me the score this time, but he did say that he felt pretty good. He played really well for him, and for him he went pretty low score-wise. So I'm going to try my best out here, hopefully put up something that's competitive, and we're within a few strokes by the end of it if I keep things out of the water here, but we'll see. Haven't played this one on Home Tee Hero here, so I'm going into it blind. We're going to see it together for the first time. But like always, Garmin Approach R10 behind me on a DIY level stand. Country Club Elite mat, which is a little bit higher up than I would like, but it is what it is. DIY stance mat, 10x7 nets, Home Tee Hero that you're seeing on screen. And I'm trying out, I bought a case of these, trying out for the first round here, the Callaway Super Fastballs and the matte neon finish, almost the tacky. Pretty similar, from what I could tell, to the Super Softs that I've been playing the past few rounds, the green and the pink ones, but these, from what I can tell, they're a little bit more of a premium ball and a little bit firmer, so I'm thinking I'll get a tad more distance out of them, which is good because I'm using my regular weather settings, 5,300 feet on the altitude, 65% humidity, and 85 degrees like usual. But because of the temperature and me being bundled up and whatnot, everything was still going about half a club short. But that's on me and the weather. I want to leave those settings. I'm keeping those the same. I feel good about those. So when I was playing with those during the summer, all my stock yardages were good, but you'll hear me talk through some of the yardages. I'll probably have to club up a half a club or even a full club on some of the iron shots, but we're going to try our best. Going to get started. So, first tee box, we've got a par 4, 311 yards. Just hit 9 irons beforehand like usual. I did 20 miles yesterday on the bike, so feeling a little fatigued, but haven't played in a few days, so we'll see how it goes. Again, only 9 irons before, so first driver swing here should be interesting. Looks relatively straight, 258 out there. Should be good. I'm going to aim slightly left just so if I slice one a little bit, stay away from those trees in that bunker. But I'm going to try to keep one as straight as possible here. And hopefully, by the end of this, put up a halfway decent score. He mentioned that this course, the Pelican Golf Club, was, he thought, a good amount easier than Newport National. So hopefully I'm somewhere around even par. I think last time I shot, what was it, a couple over. I think I was like 3 over 75 maybe, something like that. So hopefully we're somewhere around even par again, but we shall see. Pushed it right. We aimed left on that too, but stay short of the bunker. Alright, we're in play. Gonna take me a good probably 3, 4, 5 holes, even maybe this whole front 9 to really start getting warmed up and get a little bit of the sweat going. So bear with me on some of these shots. We could have a few wonky shots on my part that are going to be all over the place, but I am going to check throughout this just to make sure everything's still going, recording tech-wise, that is. Alright, no messing around. Second shot, we got 59 yards, no slope, but we're in the rough, so we'll add another 6 yards to that, so we're looking at 65 yards or so. I'm going to go choke down pitching wedge. Let's see if we can get this started. That's 65 yards kind of area. Anything really over 60 is where I start getting a little worried about. Usually on course I would hit a 52, but anything over like I said, like 60 yards, I start getting into that territory of taking a fuller swing with the 52 and putting it up and over the net, which isn't that big of a deal, but I'd rather not have a manhunt search after this. So I'm gonna go choke down pitching wedge, see if we can get something up onto this green. It was straight, felt decent about it. We'll see if I got the yardage right. Alright, lower shot, but it ran up. Didn't swing super hard at it, but we'll take it. That should be a par to start it. Second hole, par 4. We've got 409. Relatively straight again, because we sliced that first one. We're going to aim up there, kind of left side of those bunkers. I apologize for the sniffles and me blowing my nose in advance, but kind of is what it is out here when it's 30 degrees and windy. That was low on the club face. That should be headed left, more so left than I would like, but we're in play. Looks like we got a decent bounce on that. Take a look at those metrics real quick if we can. 274, swung that at 109, not bad. 148 ball speed. Attack angle is still I'm working on trying to get that a little bit more up without popping it up. 1.36 on the smash, a little bit low. Apex is also low. I feel like that was launched low on the club face, but 274, we'll take it. Second shot, we've got 136 up 1, so we're at 137. Usually that would be a full pitching wedge for me, just a stock pitching wedge. I think I'm gonna go choke down 9-iron and see. Might as well err on the side of caution club selection wise and grab a little bit extra club, and then if I start bombing a few over, I'll dial it back. But going choke down 9, see if we can stick this green here. It was a little bit heavy. It's gonna be a tad left. I don't know if that's gonna get there. All right, looks like it did. Inside the +1 on top of that. All right, we will take that. Should be a bird, I believe. And I know I did a little bit of talking before this round, but I feel like the last couple, everything's been because of the weather, a club short. So I wanted to kind of make it clear that it's not the actual R10 that's short, it's the fact that it's really cold out here and I'm bundled up and I can't swing as quick. So the whole point of those settings that I figured out over the past couple months is just to keep those the same, and then I know if I come out here and everything's coming up either short or long or whatever the case is, that I know the settings are constant. Everything with the R10 is pretty much the same, and then it's just me, depending on the weather out here, how quick I'm swinging it, etc. Hopefully that makes sense. But third hole, par 3, we got 177 up 1, so 178, that would usually be right between an 8 and a 7-iron, closer to a 7, so I'm gonna go 6-iron. Usually my 7-iron's about 180 on course, 6-iron's about 190, so I think I'm gonna do just a smooth 6 here, maybe choke down just a little bit on it. and we'll see if that half a club shortage continues to be true as we get more and more warmed up here. Oh, that was horrendous. Super heavy, low and left. That's not going to get there. That's kind of the issue sometimes when you start messing with some of the club selections, trying to either muscle up a club or do a softer, smoother kind of swing. Sometimes you're better off just dealing with the shortages of being long and taking a full committed swing with the club. But see if we can stick this green, get out of here with at least a par or a bogey. 38 yards left, no slope, 10%, so we'll add another 4 yards to that, so we're looking at 42. I'm going to go 52 degree, take a little bit off of my regular 50-yard shot with this club. That was one of those, it was kind of thin, but I popped it up. Yeah, a little long. I didn't catch that very good, but we're on the green. It'll be a bogey. Dropped a stroke, unfortunately, but I think we're back to even now. Fourth hole, par 4. .432 yards. Gonna aim right out in the middle. See if we can get another driver swing closer to like 110-ish, like that last one was. I know, I was actually comparing it last night. I went to an indoor simulator about a month or two ago, and they had a Unicore. I'm not sure if it was the XO or QED, I think, of the two models, but it was definitely a Unicore over the top, and they it was pretty cool. I was there for an hour just using the range, going through all my clubs. And they send you a spreadsheet, or at least they did for me. They sent me a spreadsheet of all the metrics after, and I was looking, and it seems like, I know the R10 does a really good job doing the ball speed, but it seems like on average the club speed was a good amount higher across the board, especially when you get in the quicker swing speeds like driver. I got up to, there was one that I think was 123, 124 on club speed, and there was one that was 127 and change. So you could say maybe the 127 was a slight misread, maybe on the part of the Unicore, but I'm thinking possibly if this is reading maybe 109 like that last one, maybe in reality it's closer to like 115, but I'm not sure. I would have to do a more extensive side-by-side test with a couple different units to be sure about that. Not that it's that important anyways, but just like to know sometimes where I'm at swing-wise. Not as bad as the last one contact-wise, but that was still low in the club face, towards the heel. That's going to be going left. Didn't go as far, but hopefully we don't have to mess. We're next to these trees. Hopefully we have a shot here. That wasn't the best swing. And considering Punch Green's over there, go check out his channel like always, but he said he played pretty well and went pretty low, so I don't have a whole lot of mishits and mess ups to spare on this round compared to the last one. But we've got 180. We're right next to this tree. I don't know what's going to happen here. Usually when it's transparent, it means you're either right under it, right next to it, etc. But we've got 180, 10%. We'll add another basically 18, 20 yards to this. So we're right at 200. I think the tree might take off some if we hit it. So, and either way, even if we're right at 200, that would regularly be a 5 iron. I'm going to go 4 iron, and we'll see what happens. Hit that pretty good. It was a tad thin. Didn't see with the tree. Pin high. I'll take a look at that. I was thinking maybe the R10, since the clubs, like the irons, are metal, it picks it up better. I swung that one at 96, 126 ball speed for a 4-iron. 174, 181. I would assume we may have caught that tree, considering I usually hit this. Well, I guess the 181 too, that's also with the 20-yard shortage, so possibly it was 200 since we were in the rough. But I was thinking maybe since the irons are, you know, metallic, similar to the RCT balls of the dots, if you if the R10 does a better job reading the club speed on the irons versus like my driver that doesn't have metal on it, I don't know. But either way, pin high. Let's see if we can get this in here inside this inner circle, scrape out a par. We've got 16 yards, no slope again. Seems like a pretty flat course out here in Florida. 10% will add another 2, so we're right at 18 yards. I'm gonna go 60 degree. Popped it up. It's gonna be a little bit left. Hopefully it gets there. It might be a little short left. Yep, short left. Did we get inside the inner circle though? We did. Had 2 yards to spare there. We'll take the par. Pretty cool though. Felt like I popped that up short left, and that's exactly what it showed. Granted, the margin of error for the R10 is a little bit greater, obviously, than a 20 to 30,000 unit, like dollar unit, like a TrackMan or GC Quad, but that was probably relatively close to what happened there. And even if it's just like a ballpark rough estimate of where it is, even like I think the advertise is within like 5 or so yards, even if it's 5 to 10 yards off, possibly even on that, it still reflected what I felt, meaning on, I would say, close to 90-95% of my shots, like I've mentioned. If I feel like I caught one heavy and left, or maybe I kind of sliced one and thinned it right, the vast majority of the time the R10 reflects on here on the Home Tee Hero exactly what I felt, which is pretty cool. So, even par, 5th hole, par 4. We're going to aim up there, 263, down 1 yard. See if we can take advantage of that. A little bit better, but still, again, low on the club face, off the heel. It's rolling out in the fairway, luckily. 271, we'll take a quick look at those. 107 on that one, so slower. 146, so the ball speed is up a little bit. And attack angle, I felt like I wasn't swinging up on that one enough. That was still kind of low. And then 1.36 on the smash factor, pretty low. Want to obviously be as close to 1.5 as you can, but that's me and my swing and contact and consistency, ball striking ability, etc. But 65 yards, gonna do the same thing like we did, what was that, the first hole with the pitching wedge. See if we can get a similar result here. No slope, we're in the fairway, so we need as close to 65 as I can dial up here. That was headed right. Wow. That's another chip in. I chipped one in on the first hole against Punch Greens last time. We'll take that chip in all day long for an eagle. Wow. Again, I felt like on that last one on the Newport National, it was kind of the same thing. I think that was very lucky, a slight misread by Garmin. That one felt like it came off the club a little bit thin and right, had it reading pretty straight and ended up going in again. Maybe I need to do that more often, but pretty lucky there, but we'll take the eagle all day long. Sorry about that, Punch Greens. You probably won't be too happy watching that back once again, but all right, well, that puts us in a better spot. 2 under through 5, 6th hole, par 4, 330. pretty straight again. This definitely is. I don't think Newport National was super difficult, but this is definitely layout wise a good amount, seems like so far. Easier. See if I can actually make some better contact though and get something. What was it, 109 I think we had it at a couple holes ago. There we go. At least a little bit better there. It's going to be to the right unless it comes back, which I don't think it will. But granted, the rough killed that. We'll take a look at those metrics quick. 107 ball speed was up though because of the better contact. 152 ball speed, 107 on that swing, 275 carry, 278 because we hit it just right into the rough. Still attack angle is low, and then 1.42 on the smash. That was better because of the ball speed, and obviously I could tell I made better contact on that one. We won't look at them on all these. I don't know if these metrics are useful for you anyways. I saw the match that I did against Joe Legowski. I don't know if that's a common occurrence that he pulls up the metrics, but I hadn't done that before that, but it was pretty cool to just take a look at those quick in between some of the shots. Let me know in the comments if you guys prefer that or if you just prefer me like I used to do for almost every single other round, just keep going through and not really look at those metrics and slow things down here. But all right, see if we can take advantage of this. Maybe another chip in would be, hole out would be good. We got 53 yards, 10% in the rough, so we'll add another 6, so right at 59. I mean, I guess we've been doing all right with the pitching wedge. We'll stay with it. If I skull one, I'll probably start anywhere from 55 to 65. May start pulling out the 52 instead, but considering we just got a hole out eagle, we'll stay with it for now. Better contact, but I pulled that left. And obviously on the higher lofted clubs, when I'm saying I'm pulling them, we'll take the par. When I'm saying I'm pulling them, obviously, usually you have a lot less dispersion on the higher lofted clubs where you're launching them, especially like chip shots. So pulling them is probably a difference between maybe within 5 yards, probably closer to 1 to 3 yards. So even if the Garmin maybe slightly misreads it, maybe if I thought I had it a little bit left, or that one that I hold out maybe slightly right, but maybe the Garmin just read it 1 or 2 yards the other way and it comes out straighter. Something like that I felt like was a little bit left and it was kind of straight. I don't know, that kind of is what it is when you have the accuracy of something like a Garmin, but still pretty close. 7th hole, par 5, 486. Lame in the middle. We'll go there. Probably won't pull up the metrics anymore unless I really hit one good over like 180, 190, or 280, 290 yards, something like that. And I really feel like I crushed one, but again, with the temperature and me being bundled up, can't swing quite as quick as if you're inside in a nice warm indoor simulator setup, or for me out here when it was the summertime and I had a sweat going and everything was, all the muscles and whatnot were loose. That one should be straighter. I didn't launch that one as good, but started straight, should turn over just a little bit to the left, and it is. Go out of that bunker. Oh, landed. Luckily we're through it, but that landed in the bunker, and only because of that rolled out like a yard or two. Second shot, we've got 234 left, but we're in the rough. So, down 1 from where we're aimed. I'm assuming the green's probably similar. And I then tend to fade and or slice my hybrid, so I'm going to leave it. We're aimed left side of the green. Maybe just move it slightly. We're going to aim there, so we need 234, and then the 10% is going to be a good 24, 25 yards, so we're looking at 260, which normally I would have a chance of getting it there with my 3 hybrid. Usually on course, I try to play my 3 hybrid to anywhere between 250 and 270. Usually the 270 strikes are few and far between, but I have hit a few of those both on here and on course. But realistically closer, my averages are like 250, 260, but again, because of me being almost a club short, I don't know if we're going to quite get that, but if we can get something 240, 250 out there and have a wedge into this green, I'd be pretty happy with that. A little bit thin. Definitely didn't get all of it, but we'll see what we get out of it. Big bounce. Go. All right. So on the roll, 225, and then again, you got to add basically 25 yards to that. So that was right around 250, 260. We'll take the bird. On the roll out, of course, that looked like a pretty generous bounce, but 8th hole, par 4. 410 yards. This one looks like a slight dogleg left. I don't love that water, and we got bunkers on both sides, so I think I'll leave it there. We're aiming 260 out there. And again, haven't played in a couple days, so granted, like I said, did 20 miles yesterday on the bike, so a little bit sore, but back-wise, it's not too bad. So I'm thinking I'm probably swinging it a little bit quicker than I have the past few times. And like I mentioned, these super fast balls are a little bit firmer, and for me, with a quicker club speed, I don't know what that notification was. With a quicker club speed, I think I get a little bit more distance out of these compared to the super softs. So they're a little bit hotter off the club for me. That one I popped up a little bit. I hit the tee first, broke the tee, but it should be out there. Looks like it's fading. Better launch on that one. I probably swung up on that more. I guess we'll take a quick look at that one, but it wasn't as quick. 150 ball speed, 106 attack angle. Yeah, that one was up a little bit, 1.2. That's the fine line I'm kind of talking about, though. I was in a period of where I was popping up, hitting way underneath the ball, so I kind of leveled out my shoulders and was trying to lower my ball flight a little bit, but now I think I went too far and I'm too low. I need to get my launch or my attack angle up a little bit more. All right. 150 left into this green, 10%, so we'll add another 15, 16, 17 yards or so. So we're looking at 165, 167 maybe. So usually that would be right between a 9 and an 8, closer to a soft 8. So I'm gonna grab some extra club and go soft or smooth 7. Choke down about an inch on it. Tad thin, struck it pretty good. Hopefully it's not too much. Get down. Ooh, just over the hole. I hit that pretty good, but again, with me grabbing that extra club, about 10 yards long towards the back of the green, but it is what it is. Starting to warm up a little bit. 9th hole, par 3. We've got 130 down 1. So this would usually be a softer pitching wedge. Again, usually full pitching wedge during like prime golf season is about 135, 140. So I'm thinking 5 yards to spare there, 6 yards I guess. I'm gonna aim slightly left just to avoid that water as much as possible. And I'm gonna take a full swing with the pitching wedge. Hopefully we can get that there. I think from 129, I think even a choke down 9 iron might be too much club. That was left, and we were aimed left hand. That was thin. That's gonna have to get down. Sit. Yeah, so if I hit that similar shot on a warm day, that probably would have been 10 yards further and off the back of the green, but luckily, again, half a club short because of the weather. That one actually was all right, so decent club selection there. Gonna have to keep going with the half a club most likely. All right, pretty good front nine though. 3 under through 9, 10th hole, par 4, 479. Pretty straight again, pretty open. We'll leave it there. I was hesitant to play my first round. Granted, as you guys saw in some of the old videos, I found one of these Callaway super fast balls and 2 of the matte finish super soft balls throughout this summer when I was playing, which is how I found out I really like these balls, and I was using them. I ended up cracking all 3 of those because I hit them so much back here. So I bought a full case, bought actually a few cases of the super softs because I knew I liked those. I played with those first, and I bought 1 case of these super fast. I'll probably end up getting a couple more. I think if I had to pick between the 2, again based on my club speed, these seemed like slightly higher ball speed, so they come out, I get a little more distance out of them, and they're again just a tad firmer. If you go and drop them, I like to do kind of a drop test on either concrete or like tile floor, just something firm, and not only how high they bounce when you drop them from equal levels when you're testing 2 balls, but the sound off the concrete of the surface. Between these and the super softs, again, very similar balls. These just feel, they sound and feel just a tad firmer versus obviously by the name, the softness out of the super softs. That's gonna be to the right. That was a slice. Not the best swing there. Right into the bunker. Well, that's unfortunate. Gotta stop talking so much and pay attention to what I'm doing. 209 left, 20%. Like I've said, my experience back here, the bunkers are all 20%, but the fairway bunkers I've found play closer to 30, 40, sometimes even 50% reduction, and then the greenside bunkers are 40, 50, even 60% reduction. So at 209, 20% would be 40 yards, and I think it could play as much as 60 or 80 yards. So 240, I'm gonna hit the 3 hybrid and just try to hit something like 250 up towards that green, and we'll see how it plays out of this bunker. At a minimum, we have 209, and then the 20% would be just over 40 yards, so we need a good 250 anyways. I think this will still probably come up a good 10-20 yards short, even if I really hit it well. And I did not hit it well. That was low, pretty far left. Club face shut when I hit that. We're 40 yards short. Not great. Grab some Gatorade, get back into this. Planning on playing with these super fast balls a few more rounds in a row out here, and then I'll make my final decision of which balls I really want to stock up on in the future. May end up taking back a couple cases that I got of the super fast, or the super softs rather, and spend a little bit extra money for the super fast balls, if I said that right. Take back and return the super softs and buy more super fasts. But 41 yards, down 1. We've got 40, 10%, we'll add another 5 yards to that, so 45. Gonna go 52 degree. Just take a little bit off again of my regular 50-yard shot with this. Popped it up. Thin again though, which is kind of strange. A thin pop-up, but we'll take it. Got lucky. I'm still not that knowledgeable, all things considered, about a lot of things golf related, especially like some of these balls. On course, I just play whatever I find because I can't bring myself to spend, I don't know how people do it with Pro V1, spending $4 or $5 a ball and then shanking them into the woods. So on top of blowing up your scorecard, you're losing $4 or $5 to make yourself even more angry while you're out there. But for back here, I've been trying to do more research on the ball compression, the firmness, the different, how many layers there are, etc. Still kind of learning a lot as I go here. 11th hole, par 4. We'll aim there. Getting kind of narrow again for some of these landing spots, but I feel decent where we're at score-wise, 3 under. Punch Green said he played pretty well. Again, don't know what he shot. Let's see if I can maybe keep it where we're at, maybe tack on a few more pars and birdies onto this, maybe get down to 5 under, something like that. That was straighter, but not as quick. That's going to turn over left, and it is. Right down the fairway, though. .81 yards left, no slope. We're going to go pitching wedge. It's gonna be left, and I think too much. I think I swung too much at that. Yep. Way long left. Well, that's gonna be at least one stroke dropped. 24 yards left, 10%. We'll add another 3 yards to that, so we're at 27. Gonna go 56 degree. Try to hit just a little bit less than my regular 30-yard shot. Kind of popped it up. I stabbed at that to the left. We'll see what happens. Yeah, short left. Kind of worried about that notification that popped up a few holes ago. Hopefully everything records correctly. I've had rounds out here, as you saw in Newport National. One of them, the audio, the main audio clip, got corrupted and didn't save, so I had to use the backup audio. And then another one I played, the Home Tee Hero screen recording that you're seeing, just didn't save. So unfortunately, I had to scrap that round completely and play it again. Hopefully, knock on wood, that's not the case for this one. Shows it's still screen recording though, so hopefully we're good. All right, 2 under now. 12th hole, par 3. 154 down 1, so we're at 153. Usually that would be a stock 9, so I'm gonna go smooth 8. Struck it decent. Should be there. Yeah, good shot there. Alright, that'll be a birdie. Get our stroke back. Definitely. That was a decent swing, smooth swing with the 8, but definitely with the cold weather, everything's going a club short. 13th hole, par 4. 450. Can't stress it enough though. If you guys can, I don't know if you're newer R10 users, it's not going to be as easy if you're outside like me, but if you can during, you feel good about your swing during regular weather type golf temperature, find the settings here within Home Tee Hero that you're hitting all your stock yardages that you see on course, and then leave those. And then again, on days like this, once you find those settings that really work well, you know if you're really bombing them one day, you're swinging it quicker and you're hitting it better, and or if you come out here and everything's like a half a club short, either you're not hitting it as well, or maybe the weather conditions like this are affecting the ball. But the goal with the adjustable settings isn't to adjust them round by round to make it so even on a day like today I'm hitting all my regular stock yardages. That's not exactly what you want. Right again. Pop that one up a little bit too. Again, that was the kind of fine line between swinging up on it too much and then not enough. I guess we'll take a look at that one. 286. That might have been the longest one yet. Maybe the Garmin. Yeah, see, attack angle, I feel like that was negative. Ball speed was up though, and 106 on the club. Possibly a slight misread there too with the Garmin, could have been. But 164 left, down 3, so we're at 161. Again, that would be closer to a stronger 9 iron, so I think I'm just going to go regular stock 8 with that extra club. Should be good. Double checking there's no water or anything. Hit that pretty good again. Started a little bit left. The tad thin as well, but again, club short, a little bit long, but and left like I felt it. But did we catch the inner circle? Yep. Another bird. All right, we're rolling. Fourteenth hole, par 5, or 4 under. Aim right up there, 503 yards. Par 5, let's see, similar to on course and back here. I usually gain a lot of my strokes on the longer par 4s and par 5s if I can hit it out there. Let's see if we can get another bird here on this hole, as long as I don't get myself in trouble off this tee box. Looking for a good smooth swing. That was better. Not as quick. I feel like I didn't go as far back on my backswing, but that should be pretty straight. Turn over a little bit left. .284. I guess for the sake of it, we'll take a look at that. 106, 151 ball speed. So that was up a little bit and better on the attack angle on that one. We were positive attack angle, 1.43 smash. We'll take that. All right, 221 left into this green. So usually that would be, I play my 5 hybrid to about 220, 230. So I could either go full 5 hybrid and try to muscle it up a little bit and get towards that, try to, in my head, swing it at like 230, and with it being about 10 yards or a club for the iron short, get 220 out of it. Or I could hit my 4 hybrid, which is usually closer to 240 on a good day. 5 probably seems like a better choice, so we're gonna go 5 hybrid. Let's see if I can again get something 220, 230. Caught it heavy on the mat first. It's probably gonna be going a little left too. Go! Wow, we got it there. That might have been a little generous too on the reading from the R10, but gotta take what we get. Another +1 for another eagle. Oh man, that's two lucky eagles in the same round against punch greens here. He might be in trouble. Let's see if we can keep this going. 15th hole, par 3. we've got 187 down 1. So 186, that's usually right between a 7 and a 6 iron. That would be closer to a 6, so I'm going to club up and go smooth 5 iron and continue to play that half a club shortage. Again, don't know, possibly. There's definitely probably been a few generous misreads here. Also, haven't played in a couple days, so my back swing-wise is feeling relatively fresh, and I do think, more so than anything, these super fast balls, I'm getting the compression that's higher on these balls. I'm able to get some more pop off of the club and higher ball speed, so I think that's contributing to some of these shots. At least that's what my thoughts are. Who knows if that's actually true. Struck it good. A tad heavy, but that's going to be headed right. Get down. Hit it too good off the back. Well, that was right at my regular number. 6 iron would have been better there. Maybe. With the back finally warmed up after 14 and a half holes. Maybe just go back down to half a club versus a full club. Should have probably went strong 6. We'll keep that in mind for the next couple holes. 14 yards left. We're in the rough. We'll add another 2. So we're at 16 yards. Just going to go 60 degree. I really hope with the 2 eagles, we're 6 under. I really hope this round saves and everything comes out all right. I don't know if I'll be able to do this again. Not the best contact, it was straight though, so that should be relatively decent. A little long. Got another +1 though. Scraped out a par. Alright, 16th hole par 4, 6 under through 15. 379 yards. Again, straight. Almost all these holes have been straight, but some of these landing areas are getting a little more narrow. Unless I hit one dead straight here, we're likely going to catch one of those bunkers, but let's see. Sometimes I even surprise myself, like on some of these shots I've hit. Started right. We'll see if it comes back. Nope. Not as good of a swing there. Got some decent distance out of it, but contact-wise, that wasn't great. All right, now we got the tree to worry about, and we have these reed grass-looking things. I've had one round where those have slowed them down. I was right near the water on one of them, and like the reeds by it slowed it down. So we'll see what happens here. We need 109 down 2, so we're at 107, and then 10%. We'll add probably 11, maybe 12 yards. So we're at like 120. I think I'm gonna do a lower 8 iron. I think if I hit a pitching wedge, it's a good chance it catches this tree that we're under. So I'm gonna do kind of out here towards the right a little bit, a lower kind of punch 8 iron. We'll see how that goes. I'm gonna choke down on it, shut the face just slightly, play it towards the back of my stance, and cut off the follow through. Weight forward, hands forward. Hit it pretty good. Hopefully it's not too much. Go! Now sit. Alright, pretty good shot there. Couldn't tell when I hit it if those, usually you can tell if you look real closely on those grass looking reed things. If same thing with the trees, if once you hit it and you go through it, if kind of like leaves pop up, you know that it's going to take off some distance. I couldn't see that one quick enough from when I hit it. Not sure if that did or not, if we got through it clean. Either way, we'll take the result. 17th hole, 2 holes left, par 4. Alright, we'll go up there and see what we can do here. Obviously 6 under I'm pretty happy about. I think, is that where we're still at? Yeah, 6 under, but more so than that, I feel like I may have finally settled on the ball that I'm going to be using out here for the foreseeable future. I think I may have said that in the past about the Super Softs, which are, again, I do really like. I'll probably still keep them as backups anyways, but I think, again, if I had to pick between these Super Fast and the Super Softs, I think I get slightly better performance out of these Super Fast, so we'll see. Next time I'm at the store, I'll probably pick up, if they have them still, another few cases. Popped it up. Got decent distance out of it for a pop-up, but see, that's what I get when I try to hit up on it more with that attack angle. If any of you have tips out there to find that happy medium between not launching it high enough and then it feels like I'm not like leaning super back and hitting up on it, but even just slightly trying to work on that, I'm getting more and more of these pop-up types drives. But 68 yards, we'll stick with the pitching wedge from this. Let's see what we can do here. Caught it a tad heavy, decent contact. I didn't need much. Sit. All right. So, yeah, that one I felt like came out pretty straight, and that one had it going left. But again, on those chip shots, I was probably only within 1 to 3 yards. So even if that one I felt like I hit straight, similar to the other ones where I felt like were a little bit left and right and they went straight, I don't know. But final hole here, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll see. Matt over at Punch Greens Golf, he's been playing a lot, he's been practicing. I don't know for him if a really good score means 6 under. I think we might have another W here, unless we have a catastrophic fail on this hole. I guess I'll save that kind of speculation until we're in here and keep it out of the water, which isn't exactly the easiest here, but I think we might be looking at another win here, folks. 6 under is pretty good. This might have been one of the best scores I've put up out here. Definitely in recent past, if not ever. I don't know what my lowest score is out here, but 6 under is going to be up there. Again, we're not done yet, so I should probably stop talking and focus on these last few shots here. Didn't pop it up as much, but that's going to be headed right. Luckily the fairway goes that way, so not as much distance on that one, but good little fairway finder type driver swing. Alright, this is where it gets a little dicey. We got 155 into this green, down 2, so we're at 153. So usually that would be a good smooth 9-iron. I'm gonna go 8-iron, just because I'd rather be long and drop a stroke that way versus taking the penalty strokes of hitting it, not getting it all the way there and going into the water. So let's see if we can stick the screen, get out of here with a pretty darn good score. Just a smooth 8. Caught it a little heavy, popped it up towards the left. I still think with the extra club it should get there. Yeah, a little short left, but I'll take it. All right, so we'll take a par. We ended up with 6 under. Real quick before we look at this, I was kind of debating talking about it through this round, but one thing I was doing differently in the swing, which I feel like throughout this round it did help out, so I feel like it's worthy of mentioning. I saw it in it was actually a TikTok live video of a guy on the range, and he said recently he's just been working on when he addresses the ball, he felt like he was standing too close to the ball with his arms too close to his body and a little bit bent. And on this one I was just focusing on having my arms a little more locked out in front of me. I'm not sure if that reflected on video, but almost kind of the feel is like almost when you see Bryson address the ball, especially driver, I guess on all of his swings really, it seems like his arms are like out here. So I probably didn't look quite like that, but the swing thought for those were just keeping my arms a little more extended out of me, and it did seem like, granted I had a couple shots that weren't great, but it seemed like contact wise I was hitting them a little bit better. So we'll take a look at the scorecard from Pelican Golf Club in Bel Air, Florida. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Again, this was the course in the home of the match with Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy, Jordan Spieth, and Justin Thomas. We ended up with a 6 under 64. So pretty good there. That's about as good as I can play them out here. We went 32 on the front, 32 on the back. Eagle on both sides. 2 birdies on the front, 2 birdies on the back, and a bogey for each. So exact same score and exact same scoring on the holes across the 9 holes for both the front and the back. 7 out of 14 fairways, we'll take that right at 15%. We're striking the irons pretty good. Granted, we were clubbing up a half a club, if not a full club, on almost all those shots. But we hit 13 out of 18 greens regulation. We'll take that all day long. That's pretty close to like 75%. And then 27 putts. Obviously, the Eagles helped with the hole outs, etc. But 27 putts across 18 holes, we'll take that all day long as well. That's right at like 1.5 where we like to be. So all in all, for me, pretty great score. Pretty good metrics. Would like the fairways to be closer to 75%. We're right at 50, but that kind of is what it is. But pretty good. So you guys will have to go check out Punch Greens Golf. I'll link his channel again in the title. I'll just tag him so it's easy for you guys to go head over there and look. Again, he played 2 tees up, and he said he felt like he played pretty well. So I'm thinking for him, that would assume I would be pretty close to like even par, maybe a few over. So it should be relatively close. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't know if he was 6 under. So sorry, Matt, I might have got you again here. But again, I'm a big fan of these matches, so hopefully we can do a few more. And as he continues to improve and I continue to improve, get those tee boxes closer and closer together, and get these matches to be more and more competitive to where we're trading wins and losses almost back and forth between every single round. But that's what I have today. Go check out Punch Greens like always. Let me know in the comments if you have a course you'd like to see me play, either with a match with another YouTuber or just any course back here like I usually do with the subscriber requested courses. I'm actually going to try to do one right here now after this if everything saves correctly, so we'll see about that. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next course.